Sequential data can be represented implicitly using an iterator. Iterators are a common interface in many programming languages, and they're used in Python as a way to access the elements of lots of different containers. A container can provide an iterator, which in turn provides access to its elements in some order. The built-in functions iter and next create and advance iterators, respectively. So iter takes anything iterable, which could be a container or something you create yourself, and it returns an iterator over the elements of an iterable value. Next is a built-in function that returns the next element in an iterator. Let's say I have a container, a list containing 3, 4, and 5. If I call iter on that list S, I get an iterator T. That iterator knows the contents of the list, and it also has a marker for what's next. So you can think of an iterator as a position in some sequence. It gives you access to the element at that position and everything after it. If I call next on T, I'd get the number 3. As a consequence of calling next, the marker here is going to advance, which means the next time I call next, I'll get 4 instead of 3. And since I've called next twice, I've advanced twice, and now the marker is set to 5. If I create a second iterator for the same container, that means I have a second marker into the same list. So U is an iterator that hasn't been advanced at all. If I call next on U, I'll get the number 3. Now T doesn't forget where it was just because I created U. So if I ask what's next in T, I'll get the number 5. And the iterator will advance past the last element, saying that it's at the end of this list. It's still the case that I can ask for elements in U, so if I ask what's the next thing in U, it'll say 4. So T and U are iterating over the same values, but they're otherwise independent in the position that they're going to give you next. OK, let's build ourselves a list that's slightly more complicated than the one you saw before. This one's a nested list. If I ask for the next value in a list, I get an error. That's not what next does. Next first expects you to have created an iterator over the contents of some container. At which point, then I can ask for the next value of T, which will give me the sublist 1, 2. So all it does is give me the element at index 0 of the list that I'm iterating over. And if I ask for the next T again, I'll get a different value. If you ever want all the values in an iterator, you can just list them out. Now here you see that we only get the values that are left. We already used up the list 1, 2, and the number 3. So when I build a list of the remaining contents in an iterator, I just get the numbers 4 and 5. Now if I ask for the next element in T at this point, I get an error, a special kind of error called stop iteration. And that's how you tell you're at the end, is that Python will raise a stop iteration exception.